my recording for this. So, you know, oh, there we go. I lost my share screen button. We love social media, but it's such a headache sometimes. So, what I do, there we go. I'm going to show the ones that I have just set up. Like I have all my April shows set up already. And I do use CinchShare. I tried doing the scheduler a little bit and I don't love it. I love that it's free, but it takes a lot longer to schedule the posts. And as I always tell my consultants, paying for CinchShare for the year is one good show. You know, between paying for CinchShare for the year and paying for your website, that's 2 to 4 shows for your whole year. So if you're doing more than that, you're going to pay for it very quickly and easily. So, all right. So this is a group that is just finishing. What I do is I set up 3 announcements plus set up the description. That's what I do in the bare bones. And so I just have the shopping link, my VIP page, and well, I normally do my business page and I didn't on here. And then the top one is where it shares the event for the group. And I put that all posts will be happening in the event link to this group. So I have that on there, but when I create the group, I just go to an event and click create event. So I set all of it up, create the event, and then I pin my game post and I have the description with everything in there. They can also get to it from the normal event. Oops, let me try that again. There we go. So you can see all of the groups. Dog. All right, let me go back. So my bare bones is this for April. I always just do this. I create the group by my VIP page, and there's my pinned post, and I have the event created already, so all they have to do is go there. And I will invite them once I have everybody added. So I'm going to create a dummy group just to kind of walk anybody you might want to share this with that's new. So on here, what I normally do is I'll bring one up side by side so I can copy and paste. So then I go to, sorry, my computer's being so slow. Okay, so I go to create right here, and it's always right with my share. There we go. All right, so I'm going to come over here if my computer is going to be fast enough. And I'm going to let it finish thinking. One of these days where my computer is going to be slow when I actually want to move through. But that's okay. Okay. For that. There we go. Go straight to the announcements. Okay. So now, so you go to create right here at the top, and then you create the group. I leave it a closed group. I have a little dummy account from when I was in Facebook jail that I always just add on there. So, all right. And of course, I always upload the photo. And I always use the monthly special. Some people use the theme that they're using, whatever they want to do. It's just easiest that way. All right. Just going to do that. Click save. And then it's a matter of, I always do the description first. I never do the actual getting started stuff. And I copy and paste it. I'm going to use this shows links and everything, just to make it easy. And I hate when that screen comes down. All right, so I just copy and paste there, save it, and then I'll also, once I edit it, I put it on here and paste, post, and then here is where you mark it as an announcement. On a group, you can mark 10 announcements. The events, you only have one pin post, so you can change them as you need them. All right, so then I just do, you pick what you want to do. I do my group and business page just because I have both right now. Some people prefer one or the other, the specials, and then the event. So I'm not going to create the other parts. I go and create the event here. I do it before I link my business page. Again, upload the photo. I keep the same, keeping the appearance similar. No, you stop. It's handy. Okay. I always just put anywhere you have Facebook, and then that way you can say just use. And then I change this to where it says this event is where all the posts will happen. I'm just going to leave that time as is. But I normally make them like 8 days. Okay. So now I can go back in, see an event for, I can just click right through there to the group, go to more, edit the group settings. I add CinchShare. And then I link my business page. And then if you're only using a VIP group, you can link your VIP group to recommended as well. But once I figured out that, I think CinchShare started back where you could add group events either in December or January. And like I said, while it's an extra step for us, with the way that people have been getting responses from all of it, it's so much easier for a host to have to manage an event this way, just because it's a lot faster and easier. Okay, so I'm going to pop onto CinchShare, and I'm going to, for anybody who needs to know how to link the two, because I think that's the biggest thing, to see the slight difference on how it shows up. And for a while there, CinchShare, you weren't able, unless you were using a business page, you weren't able to do multiple photos at once. So I'm going to pull my new data. Okay. Refresh. All right. All right. So we should be good. There we go. All right. You'll notice that the mock show group it's lit in blue and has the little arrow. If you click on it, you see the mock show event. So I just click on that and it automatically makes it, they call it navy. It looks more black to me on here. So then I have it available to select from when I go to schedule any type of mock post. And let me take my Instagram off. It's just right here. I'm going to select the event, and then I can do whatever scheduling I need to with, the multiple pictures, or just the one picture. Schedule here, 8:49. I'm going to schedule it. It's scheduled over there to run. So it's really almost the same setup, but you're just using the event. So I'm always going to find my current shows that are going on and getting ready to start in the event section, instead of having them pinned. You know, always the one downside for events, if they go past the date, then it's in the past events and it's a little harder to find it. But if you posted it and they're getting notifications, the guests are going to still be able to find everything. Does anybody have any questions, want me to show through anything different, or talk through any reasoning, or does this make sense? Kim, are we good on that?
That is so amazing. Thank you so much. I am so happy right now.
It's like, I started thinking about, I was actually sitting down talking with one of my team members when she came over to my house a little while back, and we were talking about a little bit of the struggle, and then we were talking about, you know, the events, and I'm like, you know, let's run a test. And that day I posted at the same exact time in our team page and in an event that I had created like the week before, I had more responses to the event because more people were getting the notification, especially right away. So I'm like, okay, well, this is going to create one extra step really for me, because I mean, it's just creating the event. I'm still doing almost the same amount of pin posts and work. It takes me an extra probably 3 minutes to do it. And it's so much easier because now, like my host, that I have them personally send a link with a welcome message like before, hey, you know, I'm having a Pampered Chef show and I'd love for you to join. And I tell them to send it, you know, to at least 50 people. And then we grow from there to start. And I've been getting 20 to 30 in the group pretty easily. And then it transfers right over to the event. And I'm seeing more engagement again, because that was the big problem we were having, is zero engagement. And then it's pulling teeth because now the host doesn't know who's truly excited and who wants to order. So then they're having to do more messages. And this way they can actually just do the posting in the group and then send out the the message at the beginning, and then that personal message or two at the end, depending on how long it takes their friends to get together. But it's super easy to be able to do it that way. So I'm glad it's helpful, and I hope it's helpful to plenty of others. It's hard for me to type and explain this little extra step, but then showing it, it's like, oh, never mind, that makes perfect sense. So I'm excited. Anybody have any questions?
Well, I'm loving it because I right now am manually posting into events, and I'm like, you know, it's fine when I have just one and I have a reminder set on my phone and I remember to do it, and I have a mock event
that you just
I copy and paste from.
Yep.
You know, which causes a few challenges on the phone. If you're in front of your computer, it's super easy. Like you said, you could open 2 screens.
Yep.
But being able to go back to use CinchShare,
yes,
is going to make my life so happy. Thank you so much.
That's what I ran into the problem. I tried manually posting the events at first, and then I ran into when I had more than 2 shows running at a time. And then say, you know, I had a sick kid or I had an errand to run, I couldn't catch up later in the day. And I would forget, and my kids normally have activities in the evening. So my evenings I'm running more, and I didn't want to be sitting looking at my phone all evening. So I went back to using CinchShare, and that's when I bit the bullet and went to groups. And I'm like, nope, I'm going back this way, and I'm loving it because it is schedule easy peasy, because we want it to be easy and we want it to be duplicatable. So I think that this is a good solution for right now. That way, at least it's still a private event too, because I think private events are easier than public events even. But super glad.
I'm super excited. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. I'm glad to be able to share it. And I had several people like, are you recording it? I'm like, yes, because this is important. I mean, with the way Facebook is changing, they want us to make connections, but when we're doing a brand new group to be able to do our parties, the connection's not there yet. So sometimes we're getting duds where we're not getting those notifications. So having the event is a little easier to create that buzz and get it rolling. And then we still can use CinchShare. So
Yep.
it makes it way easier. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited, and I'm hoping it helps everybody.
Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, I am going to head off and get some work done, but I'm so glad I could show everybody this. And if anybody has any questions, they can let me know.